One day a few of us were in the sandbox, bored out of our mind. Now I should note, in no meaningful way could this be described as an actual sandbox. There was no sand, there was no box, not a sandbox. That's right, we were so poor we couldn't afford sand. This was just an area of the playground where the grass had been evicted, because grass is for middle-class families. So we're digging in the dirt with pieces of glass and old tin cans. We're trying to make sandcastles, but the best we can come up with are sad little mounds. Things look grim until my brother Mark shouts, "Hey, I found a brick!" This changes everything. Now instead of building sad castles, we're destroying them, and who doesn't want to play that game? We're having a blast tossing that brick through dirt mounds. Then my buddy Mike pulls an audible. He doesn't toss the brick at the dirt, he tosses it to me and yells, "Alley-oop!" When the brick gets to me, I jump up, catch it in the air, slam it down on top of that dirt mound, obliterating it. Pretty soon we forget about the dirt completely and start a new game. We pass the brick back and forth, trying to see who can do the weirdest thing with it. We're hook-shotting and bouncing it off each other's chests. We're about a minute away from playing hacky sack with this thing, when who should come toddling out but my sister Anne. I don't remember how old she was. Old enough to walk and talk, but for sure young enough to still hop into cars with strangers. "I want to play." "No, this is a big kid's game." "I'm telling." Sure enough, she heads inside, and 2 minutes later my mom sticks her head out the door and screams, "You boys let your sister play with you." "It's not that kind of game, Mom. She's gonna get hurt." "You heard me. You play with your sister." Well, no way we're thinking up a new game. So when she came back out, we sat her in the circle and explained the rules of pass the brick. We aren't monsters, so we passed it around the circle at least twice before we got weird. I got the brick, but instead of passing it to Mark, I tossed it over to my buddy Mike with a "Think quick, loser." He fires it to our friend Jeff, and just like that, we invented a game more dangerous than jarts. At this point, to be honest, I kind of forgot my sister was there. In my defense, I was trying not to get flattened by a brick. After a bit, Anne realizes nobody is passing to her and cries, "Give me a turn, you aren't playing with me." I swear, I don't know which one of us did it, but suddenly the brick is in the air, in a very specific trajectory with only one possible target. We all just watched it play out, hypnotized as it sailed through the air at my sister's barely formed head and connected with a thunk. Time stopped. You know how it is when you aren't sure if you'll get away with something or not? There's that one moment where all paths are still possible. Will she cry? Will she bleed? Will she do that kid thing where you laugh off things that should be really painful? We all waited to see if a playground miracle was going to happen. Nope. Her face plopped into the dirt and that dirt started to turn red. You could tell how serious it was because neither Mark nor I yelled, "Shh, don't tell Mom!" I turned to my friends, and they were gone. Nothing but vapor trails left behind from them. So if my sister ends up with brain damage someday, it's probably our fault.